If you notice, there's no place to walk. There's no place to do anything. You can't sit or anything. This is another photograph of another angle of Evelyn Goldberg's living room. The woman that Dean Loren took advantage of. This is a photograph of Evelyn Goldberg's bedroom, a part of it. There's no way of seeing where the bed is because she had to sleep on top of newspapers. This is another photograph of Evelyn Goldberg's bedroom. Again, there's no place to sleep. As a matter of fact, I've been through the entire apartment. There's no place to sleep at all, except on the very top of newspapers. Evelyn Goldberg's apartment was filled with bacteria, mold, fungi. It was in atrocious condition. I got sick. I got sick from it. I spent 3 days in New York hospital. I had antibiotics given to me intravenously, and the congestion in my chest went away. My dog, my cute, adorable little dog, spent only 3 hours in Evelyn Goldberg's apartment. Only 3 hours. And she contracted a severe eye infection. So this was not a safe environment. The day that Evelyn Goldberg died, I was there. And I called up Dean Loren. This is prior to me realizing what he was in. His concern was not for Evelyn Goldberg, not even for a second, but for her money. So, not knowing that at the time, I called up Dean Loren to tell him that Evelyn Goldberg had passed away. And his response wasn't, as a normal person would be, "Oh, that's so sad." His response was, "Oh, I have to make some phone calls." Oh, okay, you have to make some phone calls. Evelyn Goldberg just died. What phone calls do you have to make? Later on, we find out what those phone calls were. But for now, what we will tell you is that I called Dean Loren back. You see, all phone records could prove this. Called him back. And I said, "Dean, you know, now that Evelyn has passed away, you had her sign, or you had Evelyn Goldberg sign papers to give you the authority, the only one to talk to the doctors and the nurses, etc." I said, "I think you should order an autopsy. I believe that Evelyn Goldberg passed away because her apartment killed her from the bacteria and fungi, and she wasn't being treated for that because you never told the doctor of the living conditions." Guess what Dean Loren did? Right after that phone call, he calls the hospital and he orders the cremation of Evelyn Goldberg. Did he wait 3 days like everybody else does in the world? Did he wait for a second to notify the family? No. As soon as I said we should have an autopsy because I believe the apartment killed Evelyn Goldberg, he got on the phone and ordered immediate cremation, so that could never happen. He even had the entire apartment cleaned out with Evelyn Goldberg's money, which belongs to her brother, Arthur Spivak. Using other people's money, he actually had the apartment cleaned out so there would never be any evidence of the mold, fungi, bacteria. Very shrewd, very calculating. He's not an intelligent man. Many psychopaths could be intelligent. But this guy is so off the wall, so crazy, that he doesn't even fall into that category. Ted Bundy was more intelligent than Dean Loren. Dean Loren is making quite a few mistakes, and he's digging his own grave as deep as he could dig it. I don't know if he realizes that. Do you think he does? So now we have alleged will stealing. We have alleged will fabricating. And we also have a whole list of alleged conspirators that are working with Dean Loren. I'm going to read off a list of these people. And if you know any of them, you might be able to figure out how to get that $5,000 reward for the arrest and conviction of both Sandra Stevens and Dean Loren. So let me tell you one other thing they're involved in. It's not only the will fraud and the unnecessary death of Evelyn Goldberg. Had the doctors known the condition of her apartment, I believe they would have treated her differently and she'd be alive. What else is he involved in? Oh my goodness, I got a letter from the Canadian government. The Canadian government wrote to me. Aha! Guess what they told me? Information I received from the Canadian government said that Dean Loren was depositing Evelyn Goldberg's husband's pension month after month after month after month after she was dead. Evelyn Goldberg's spouse died over 20 years ago, and Dean Loren was cashing all of these pension checks. What is that called? Extortion? I don't know. But we really need to find out what that's called. There must be some kind of a legal term for it. It's stealing of some form. So Dean Loren was taking those checks month after month after month after month until the Canadian government learned from me that Evelyn had passed away. And that was months after she passed away, because I didn't know that Dean Loren was depositing all of her pension checks from her spouse after it was illegal to do so. He was supposed to be notifying the Canadian government that Evelyn had passed away, but he didn't. Shame, shame, shame. That's not an honest thing to do. I am now going to read a list off to you of the possible alleged co-conspirators working with Dean Loren on this will fraud. So the money that was supposed to be directed to those that Evelyn Goldberg loved is being directed to him and Sandra Stevens, of whom Evelyn Goldberg loathed. Not hated, loathed. She loathed Sandra Stevens. And yet Dean Loren took the initiative over a dead woman to take advantage of somebody who's dead because it's such an easy target